high speed, low drag arm day today. Nothing really fancy with arms. What you want to do is that you want to make sure you're getting a lot of squeezing, a lot of concentration in. We'll do at least one stretch movement for the triceps, which will be extensions, but the volume will be relatively moderate to high with low rest periods. So kind of under the gun is 7:15 right now. So I'm trying to be out of here by about 8 o'clock, 8:15, and go from there. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time, but I'm going to get after it. So let's do it. All right, what's going on, guys? Getting this uploaded a day late. I was supposed to do one about what's in my gym bag, but I'll probably get that done sometime later this week. But Sunday was arm day, and I usually do that on my lunch break when I'm at the station. So usually with that, I have to select movements that are usually couple of things. They're usually done with both hands. I don't have a whole lot of time to alternate, hands to do alternate dumbbell curls or anything like that. But sometimes I will do it. So they're both done with the exercises are done with two hands just to minimize time. I don't rest a very long time, usually about 30 to 45 seconds before I move on to the next set. I only take a couple of warm-up sets to get into it. So even with tricep press downs, with my shoulder bothering me, I make sure that the first and second set are extremely high rep in the 25 to 30 range. Basically, because it is winter, it is getting cold in Nebraska, or it is cold in Nebraska. I need those extra reps to get good and warm. And then I'll do a feeder set, and then I'll get right into the work set. So I'll be at the tricep press down for about 5 or 6 sets on this day. Again, I'm just really trying to pump the muscle up and trying to get a lot of blood in there, get warmed up, and hit some type of fatigue before I get to my main movement, which is a tricep dip. Now, the key thing with this is that if this week you notice that I'm using a straight bar, usually I use a rope, but with the straight bar, I can handle a little bit more weight, get a little bit more resistance on there, be able to fight with the weight a little bit more, which will in turn cause some muscle growth. But don't be afraid to go heavy on the movement as long as you're not using your chest and shoulders, as long as you're not bowed over the handle. Here I'm doing triceps dips, and this is one of 3 main working sets. 2 1/4 was one of them. Now I did 3 plates. This is something I generally don't go super heavy on, but was feeling good and decided to go ahead and go for the gusto. Now with the 2 plates here, you'll see me do a cluster set. I'm doing 6 sets of 4 reps with 10 to 15 seconds rest in between each set. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of volume done on this exercise in regards to just straight heavy sets, but this definitely pushed up the volume for triceps in order for more blood to get in there for it to be completely trashed. Now, if you're not familiar with cluster sets, go back a couple of videos, I kind of explain it, but to just give you a brief primer, they're multiple sets, usually they can range from 3 to about, I've seen them as high as 7 with FST 7, and they can range in any rep range as long as you can recover in between those many sets. So this is a great way to get a lot of extra volume in. And seeing is that the triceps have more, the ability to hold more mass than the bicep, I give these a little bit more volume on the arm day because chest is on a Thursday. So I got plenty of time for my triceps to recover, whereas my biceps, they don't get a whole lot of time to recover. They get a couple of days. Well, they get a day at most, because today I'm recording this voiceover on Monday. This workout was Sunday. Tomorrow is back day. So the biceps don't get a whole lot of recovery time. So I make this, again, you'll see me explain in the video what I kind of make this for biceps, but the heavy stuff takes place on pull day. So, but with triceps, I can kind of trash these and, do whatever I want and then just go from there. All right, this exercise you see right here is recently come under attack, and not because of the movement itself, but because of the effort that a lot of people put forth with it. Look, guys, I want to tell you something. If you have elbow problems, if you have shoulder problems or anything like that, where you have a stability issue when you have a barbell in your hands doing extensions or anything like that, this exercise is a godsend. So for Pete's sake, put some effort into it. Work really hard at it, and just don't pussyfoot around with it. High reps here for this exercise. I love it really a lot, and I don't know what people call it, so I'm just gonna call it the Hunter Labrada special, but because that's where I saw it at first. But in any event, doing some tricep extensions here. I refuse to do them with a bar or if they're not dead stop on the floor. So seeing as I didn't have time for that, I went ahead and did the tricep extension machine from Body Masters, which if you've been around, if you're kind of a semi OG like me, you know how difficult this exercise is because the weight is super heavy. So if you have an advantage, if you have access to this, I encourage you to use it. All right, triceps are done. Good stretch with that tricep extension. So gonna move on now. Biceps don't get anything crazy today because I have pull on Tuesday and I hit biceps again. So really they're just pumping movements today. So I'm gonna show you these movements that I select. They're usually ones that I can brace against, meaning they're preacher curl based. Whether that be machine or free weight. I usually stick with machine, just because I don't want the effort that I would need to exert with a free weight. So we're gonna keep the reps moderate, we're gonna keep the rest periods low, and we're gonna move on. But again, I only touch biceps today because they're so close to Tuesday. It doesn't make sense to go slam them with a high amount of volume and some relatively heavy weight. So let's finish strong and get back to work. And again, I just wanted to touch biceps, nothing crazy. A couple of sets were to failure, but that was more because the weight was heavy and the muscle gave out a little faster than what I wanted, because I was really trying to hit double digits on this one. But in any event, the weight is deceivingly heavy on, sorry about the scream, I have my kids today. The weight is deceivingly heavy on this particular exercise, seeing again, it is a single pulley. And like I explained last week, the difference between single pulley and double pulley. So if you haven't seen that video, I recommend you go back and check that out. And then just finished off with some free motion curls. Again, sorry for the screams. I have them on Monday and Tuesday. The free motion machines, they just really hit the bicep and finished it off into a point where I was comfortable. The pump was strong, my muscle wasn't super fatigued, and they feel like they'll be ready to go on Tuesday. I know a lot of people shit on, doing things by feel, but also at the same time, there's something to be said for that biometric feedback that you get from it. So in any event, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys got something out of it. Hope you guys try the arm workout as well. And that's my daughter. So if you got any questions, please let me know. I'm going to be a dad now, so I'll talk to you later.